Mhm.
And we are live again with today's edition of Women Speakers Association's WSA TV Premier Women's Show. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer. And as you see on the screen, today we have an incredible topic about how to show up, blow them away, and shine. And I'd like to introduce to you today our experts who are here with us to talk about that. And let's go over to Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne.
Hello, Laura. I'm so pleased to be here. I'm Yvonne Heath, nurse turned author, speaker, change maker. And my website's loveyourlifetodeath.com. And I'm coming to you from Muskoka, Canada.
Welcome, Yvonne. And hi, Delinda. How are you?
Hi, I am great, and hi to both of you as well. I'm Delinda Lane, and I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am just looking so forward to just chatting with y'all. I'm a speaker, author, and a confidence coach, and you can find me at delindalane.com.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the show. And as we said, today's topic is all about blowing them away and shining. And a lot of times women don't feel like they're shining. They're more in fear. They don't have that confidence, but it's time we show up and shine and have the ability to do that. So I wanted to tap into your wisdom and find out what advice you have today, Yvonne and Delinda, about how to overcome fear and shine. So I thought I'd ask Yvonne first.
Well, the truth is that my topic it's not romantic, it's not sexy, but in 27 years of nursing, what I realized is so many of us, we want to be everything to everybody, and women are notorious for that. And we really forget two things. Number one, well, the one thing we forget the most is to just show up for ourselves first. We put our own self-care on the back burner, and we are indeed everything to everybody else. And it's time for change, because in my many years, I've seen women break down mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. So we need to show up for ourselves first. And the second thing is, when we don't know what to do, we don't know what to say. When someone is grieving in one of life's challenges or suffering a loss, just show up. Two pieces of advice.
Great advice is show up and be there for yourself with that self-care. Very, very important. Good reminders. And isn't it amazing how one's self-confidence shifts when we show up for ourselves? It's, I think what you're getting at, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for that. So Delinda, from your point of view and the expertise you have, what advice do you have for viewers to overcome their fear and shine?
Oh, I love that. And Yvonne, I loved what you said on there. That was really great. I love that. Just show up for yourself. That's so important. I find that every woman, I really believe every woman has a wow factor. There's something unique and special about her. And I love encouraging and being the cheerleader to help for them to see that. It starts really by beginning to like yourself. And once they start realizing that they do have talents and they do have things to share, and that they don't have to wait on somebody else to tell them how to do it, and give them permission, they can give themselves permission to do that. And it really starts by listening to your self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? Are you beating up on yourself all the time? And when you hear that, beginning to delete it, just totally delete the negative self-talk, replace it with what truths about yourself, so that you can really begin to believe in yourself and stop comparing yourself to others. I think that's the other thing, as Yvonne was even mentioning, we're so used to comparing ourselves and not realizing really how valuable and what we have to offer the world.
That's, valuing ourselves and giving up that comparison, huge, right? When we compare
Yes.
ourselves to others, huge. And it's all about choosing ourselves. So we want to invite all of our viewers, women especially, to trust. That's really the weaving point here is, if you take care of yourself and know that you are worthy, of that self-care, then you're going to shine. Is that the wow factor, right? So I want to know a little bit more about each of you. How do you bring out that wow factor in others with your work? What do you do? Who do you do it for? Who do you work with? So Yvonne, why don't you tell us a little bit more about you?
Thank you so much, Laura. And Delinda, amazing, incredible points you've brought up, because we are so hard on ourselves. And I realized that in my 27 years of nursing, I was in chemotherapy, and sometimes my life was falling apart, and I just wanted to brush it off and think, I just need to put on my happy face, and I need to be perfect, actually. And, we need to just give up that perfection paradigm and think that we need to, again, be everything to everybody. The big thing is that I want, from all of my experience, I wrote my book, Love Your Life to Death. I've shared my message. I want to teach people of all ages how to just show up for themselves and others, so they are empowered and resilient when grief arrives. And grief is divorce, diagnosis, job loss, and yes, facing end of life. But women don't have to do it all. When we help others to be the very best version of themselves, then that gives us room to shine as well. We have value and we matter because we are wonderful, not because we are doing everything for everybody. And that's what we need to, and we need to support each other, don't we? Not compare. Like Delinda said, don't compare, support one another. So that's part of my mission.
I love that. It's so powerful. Tell us a little bit more about your story of how you transitioned from nursing to what you're doing today.
Oh, well, as many of us, there was a pop-up on Facebook and it said how to write a best-selling book. And I had been pacing saying, my life is getting difficult. I share often that our older son went through a very challenging road with addictions and drugs, and we had toddlers who were twins. And I mean, my life was just a mess. And I just said, we need to do something. We don't know how to support each other. I am ill prepared for grief, personally and professionally. So this pop-up came up. It said, how to write a best-selling book. I said, that's it. I'm going to leave my 27-year nursing career and write a book. And it made no sense. I had no experience. And I became a speaker and a radio show host and a TV host. It's all a surprising career, but I was listening to that inner voice, and I became, as Delinda said, I fired my inner critic and I became my inner coach and my cheerleader. And it's been an incredible 5 years. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Seriously.
Hands up for you. Cheers. That's great. All because of something that you took action on and you went for it and you acknowledged and nurtured yourself through it. Good for you. I'm so thrilled to hear that success story. Thank you. And Delinda, I want to hear more about your work. I know you've been an expert in your field for quite a while. So tell us about what you do, who you do it with, and what you're passionate about creating for people.
Okay, well, I lead a group of women called Fun Fearless Females, because I believe every woman can be a fun, fearless female, and you don't have to wait for somebody else to nominate you or vote you, or you don't have to be skinny or a model and tall, and you really don't have to be perfect. So Yvonne, you and I are on the same page. Really, it's just about being who you're created to be and really accepting yourself, and then making those steps, making the choices that puts you in front, and not from an egotistical thing, because that's what I hear women sometimes saying, well, I don't want to make other people feel bad, or those type of things. It's like just accepting ourselves and look at the truth about you individually. And so as I watch women sort of begin to come out of their shell and begin to shine, it's a wonderful thing. I mean, I can tell that both Laura and Yvonne are both that way, that when we help other women, when we help others to see what's great about them, we get all the blessing. We get the joy from seeing other women go through that. And in the group, so I really travel across the country, and I hold events called Fun Fearless Female lunches and meetups and retreats and various other events, all to give women an opportunity to come together, to build relationships, and to really begin to accept themselves and begin to shine on their own.
Sounds amazing. Do you have an example of how someone came through what you do and started and shine?
Yes, I have one. I have several, but one in particular, in my group that's in Kansas City, and when she came in about a year and a half ago, and she was so timid, and she just, the head down. And I know y'all have seen women that just aren't sure of themselves, which all of us have that somewhere along the line. So, but I was so happy, and I applaud all the women when they come in, it's their first time. And she came in, and in this last year and a half, I think because of the atmosphere of acceptance and you're okay and let's grow together, she really just took a step out, multiple. She's lost 50 pounds. She now is a speaker and does training workshops. She's a web designer. She has absolutely fabulous technical skills, but wasn't sure how to start charging people for that, what to do with that. So just watching her blossom has been really a joy. And everybody starts their journey at a different place. The point is just start, just take a step.
Unmute, Laura.
Thank you. Here's what I love about what both of you do. You both help people bring out the best in themselves. You you both encourage women to be cheerleaders for each other.
Yes.
And when we do that, we all rise. So that is what we are all about here at Women Speakers Association, is women rising, women helping women to rise up and shine, to create their amazing message, to get it out in the world, to make a positive impact. And that's why we have the Premier Women Show today. And what I wanted to, and by the way, this month in July, we're running an extravaganza, a Premier Women's extravaganza, meaning you can get membership at an activation fee that's going up August 1st. So you can get it at the lower price today, and you get a whole set of bonuses that will help you get your message out in the world. So check it out at joinwsa.com. And I wanted to hear from each of you, what has the value been for being a part of this organization? Why are you here? So Yvonne, maybe you could speak to that.
I have to tell you, Laura, that sadly, in my 27-year nursing career, women didn't always support women as much as I wish they would have. You know, it's a very different culture. When I had my book launch, there were hardly any nurses there, and it was very disheartening. And so to enter into Women's Speaker Association, where it's like everyone's so excited to help you succeed personally and professionally. And I love it so much. Like, I met you and Gail at an event in San Diego, and I just I want them to be my friends. And you were, and you're friendly, but professional. It's support that I've never felt before. And I just feel like such a valued member of this community. And I am forever grateful, honestly.
We are delighted to have you here. And, you know, when you get that vision of what we're up to and it aligns, it's the greatest place to be. I don't know of any other organization doing it like we do. So thank you for acknowledging that. And Delinda, please share where you're at. What is the value that Women Speakers Association has brought to you?
Well, Laura, I think one of the things is what we're doing right now. I mean, this is such a great opportunity for each of us, but for all of the members to be able to come and share what they do, share with each other. And the show that I watched was from a few weeks ago, and I was just so impressed on how each woman really, in her heart, wants to help others. And as we do that, I think that it builds our relationships, it builds a strong foundation for sharing and like you say, helping everybody rise. So I think that the whole goal and the whole mission of the Women Speakers Association is wonderful, to really encourage and lift up women.
Yes. So we walk that talk unlike any other organization out there. So please join us at joinwsa.com. If you already haven't been a Premier member, you will love being a part of our group. We will nurture you so that you can bring your message out. And both of you are so inspiring and inspired in your work. I want to invite everybody to visit your websites and check us out. We'll put the links in the Facebook comments. We'll put them in the YouTube comments so that you can do so. And we will be back with you next week with a very special early episode of Women Speakers Association WSA TV. We have a speaker success showcase coming up for you during the end. It's the final week of our Premier Member Extravaganza. So join us, come back, and thank you again, Delinda and Yvonne, for being our awesome advice givers today, and the wisdom, and your generous wisdom. We'll thank you again. We'll be back
Thank you.
Bye.